Hello everyone, welcome to the Dream Journal. So today I'm going to talk about probably the most important dream I've ever had. Maybe not important, but powerful. I would definitely say that it kind of changed my life a little bit. So the dream was I woke up in like a time pod and the door opened and like smoke poured out and I came out and I was in the future. And like my whole dream, and my dream was so long. My whole dream was like everything was really hateful, like the future was just bad. I remember I came out of the time pod and I was walking down the street and I was just like, where am I? What year is this? Blah blah blah. And I asked somebody for help or directions or something, and they just looked at me like, how dare you even speak to me? I found out that nobody was nice. Like, being nice was a thing of the past. There was no such thing. And so I was like, okay, I don't know how to get back, but if I'm going to survive, obviously I'm going to have to make money. So at this time in my life, in real life, I was a cocktail waitress, which that job didn't even last very long at all. But I like brought that into my dream, and I applied to this place to be a cocktail waitress, and everybody was just so mean to me. Like, oh, and I remember all the girls, like, they would wear fishnets, skirts, and fishnet tops with, like, underwear and a bra underneath, and that was, like, normal. And I remember I was wearing, like, a regular tank top and regular shorts, and everybody thought I was so weird because I was wearing so much, like, clothing. So, anyways, my whole dream, everybody's super mean to me. I'm, like, super depressed. This is the worst, you know, like, it was a really horrible, horrible dream, but it was, like, the end that I was like, oh my god. So, anyways, everybody really hates me. Everybody's picking on me and just, like, being really nasty to me. And I remember I was cleaning up, and the people that I worked with wanted me to, like, do drugs with them. And I was like, okay, I don't know what y'all got in the future, but, like, I'm good. I'm new here. I'm good. And they're just like, oh. So, like, they were all tripping out. Like, and it like, their drugs weren't nice drugs either. Their drugs were, like, crazy as hell, eat people's faces off, like, oh, and when I came out of the time pod, everything was, like, the buildings were collapsed, the sky was dark and polluted, and, like, there was no sunshine, there was no happiness, there was no love, there was no such thing. So, I'm cleaning up the bar, and I was talking to this guy who I thought was listening to me. Turned out he wasn't listening to me at all. And I was telling him that I don't necessarily believe in God, but I believe that there is some sort of higher being, like energy of some sort. Like, who knows? Literally anything could be possible. So, this guy wasn't even listening to me. He was, like, just spun out, blacked out, passed out, you know. And somebody that I worked with overheard me say the word God or whatever, and I remember that they shouted across the room, and they were like, you believe in God? And at this point in my dream, I was just like, I was fed up with everybody. So I just threw my hands in the air, and I was just like, yep, I believe in God. Shoot me. Fucking shoot me. So then everybody hated me even more. Like, I was just so different. I did not fit in whatsoever. So then I remember after that, we had to take this test thing. I don't know, but it was some future-y test, and I had no freaking clue what anything was. And there was this girl sitting kind of next to me, and we started talking, and she kind of helped me, and I was like, I'm from the past. She's like, what are you talking about? And I like showed her my IDs and stuff, and she was just like, oh my god, like, blah 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 blah. And I kind of had like made a friend, and there was another part of my dream where I was trying to find my old boss, because I was trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get home, yada yada yada. This dream was so long. Anyways, at the end of the dream, I had to drive this couple across this little channel, and like the little boat was like a circle boat, and it was all like futuristic-y, and so the couple was like split up. I got the old man, and then the girl that I made a friend with got the old woman. And so the channel was just like this little tiny little stream channel. And so I drove him across, and I helped him out. And at first he looked at me like, what are you doing? I was just like, take my hand. Because he was like an old man. He was having trouble getting out of the boat. And he was like looking at me. Just like, alright. And I helped him out of the boat. And then I looked over, and the girl that I had kind of made a friend with did the exact same thing, and she also helped that person out of the boat. And then my dream went from like seeing to like, I just had this like epiphany, and it was just like, oh my god, I am supposed to be different to help other people. Like, in my dream, I went to the future to teach people like how to love again. That was literally what my brain was like the voiceover was telling me. And I was just like, you know, I'm meant to be different, and I'm meant to be nice, and all this crazy, crazy stuff. I woke up, I started crying. I was just like, damn, brain, you got me. You got my back, man. So, yeah, that was like, it was so weird because the entire dream was so horrible. It sucked so bad. There was so much hate, and just everything was just. And here I am, a little ball of light. And because I wasn't going to change, I like passed it on to other people. And it started with her. And then, yeah, that was the end of my dream. So, there you go. Bye.